Alright, are you ready for the next part? So far we've done our keyword research. We created these blogs at Blogger. We went ahead and put together a video and uploaded it to YouTube. And now we need to put those all together and build our sites. But we're missing one other thing, and that's content. Now for a lot of people this will be one of the most painful parts of the process. Hopefully you've chosen something you want to write about, because now we have to spend maybe an hour or two writing. And even though it's not always very fun, it's probably one of the most crucial parts, because the whole idea of trying to win over Google is creating something useful for users so that Google sends you traffic. In order to do that, you need to provide some unique content, some information for your readers that they're not going to get anywhere else. And you don't have to be an expert in your keyword. You don't have to come up with some brand new revolutionary ideas. If you just package some of the things that is already out there and recombine it into something that you think is useful, that is just as valuable. So here's what I think that we need to put together right now. For your main keyword, you need 3 400-word articles, and these aren't just going to be copies of the same thing. You're going to put these 3 posts on your same site, so they should talk about slightly different things so that the person reading it doesn't get completely bored or wonder why you're copying yourself over and over again. And then for your secondary keywords, you want one 500 to 600 word article for each of them. And I say 500 to 600 words because later on, if we rewrite these to use on other sites, some of those other sites have length requirements or expectations for how many words they expect your article to be. So if you can write 500 to 600 words now, it'll make your job a lot easier later on. Now you don't have to completely write these articles from the top of your head. What I did is went ahead and went to Google. I did a search for my niche here, and as you can see, there are literally millions of pages of relevant information that I could use to help get ideas from. And I can open up a couple of these sites. I can open up Notepad or Word, and I can start reading what some of these sites have and getting ideas and putting them down, rewriting them in my own words on paper, and combining ideas from different places, adding my own insight to them, and basically trying to contribute something unique back to the web. And if you do a good job with that, hopefully you'll be rewarded by Google. Now the one thing you don't want to do is just go and cut and paste, because if Google sees 2 sites with the exact same content, they will show one on their rankings and basically throw the other one out. And if you're competing against sites that have been around longer than yours, chances are Google knows that you copied them, and so they're probably not going to show your results in the search engine. Another thing to keep in mind is that we're not trying to sell anything at this point. We just want to provide a site that people go to for information and read, and then hopefully when they're done reading, they'll have additional questions and you'll provide links for them to get their questions answered somewhere else. Also, your backyard poultry page, you're writing 3 articles for that. They could have some of the content, sort of a summary of what's on some of these other sites. So that could be one way to do it too. Write these 3 articles first and then summarize those in your 3 400-word articles for your main keyword here. One thing to remember too while you're writing your articles is that you want a keyword density of 2 to 4%, which means that your keyword phrase that you're using for that article appears 2 to 4% of the time. So for a 400-word article, that would be about 10 times that the phrase backyard poultry is in that article. Sometimes you'll have a difficult phrase that's hard to use in sentences, in which case you might only be able to use it a couple times, which is okay. And then you can use other similar phrases, like instead of backyard poultry, I might use backyard chickens, which Google will interpret as roughly the same thing, and you'll still get some credit for having those keywords in your article. But you at least want your keywords to appear in the titles and a couple times at least throughout the text, preferably in the first couple sentences and also in the last couple sentences. So take a second and pause the video. Take an hour or two and do some research online, pull some thoughts together, and try to come up with these articles. If you're just watching these videos and you're not following along, you most likely will not come back and take action. So pausing it and going through the exercise is the best way to take action and the best way to learn what works and what doesn't work for making money online. So again, please pause the video and take 1 or 2 hours to write these articles. If you're serious about building an income online, this is probably the most difficult step, but if you can get through it, you'll be well on your way. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it and work on my articles. And I'll see you back here in a couple hours. Alright, welcome back. I hope you took some time there to finish your articles. It took me about 2 hours, and I've got about 6 pages here of content, which covers the 6 articles that I wrote. 3 for my main keyword and 3 for the secondary keywords. And I went ahead and uploaded them to my blog post here, and I recorded the video and the sound didn't work, so you missed that. But I'm going to go through this again and make sure I tell you everything you need to know to get these blogs finished. So to get started, come back here to Blogger, and on one of your sites you can go ahead and hit New Post, and this is where you can enter that content you just wrote. So you can go here to your document, do copy and paste, paste in the content, paste in your title. So you can see when I pasted this in here, there's a little bit of formatting I need to do. So I can go ahead and I can space these back out. You'll also see there's 2 options right here on the right, Edit HTML and Compose. Compose is what it's going to look like on your blog, and HTML is all the underlying coding that's behind that. So for the most part, you can do all your editing right here in Compose. You don't need to go in and change any HTML. And then we're going to add a picture. So to each one of these blogs, either add a picture or a video. I would save the video that you made on YouTube for your main keyword blog. This is a secondary blog, so I'm just going to add an image. But I'm going to go ahead and find a spot where I want to insert a picture and click right there. And then right here on the menu, Insert Image, I can choose a file on my hard drive. It's going to upload that. I can go here at the bottom, go Add Selected. It's going to paste that in. It's going to center it on as a default. If I select the image, I can choose left and move it to the left, and that'll bring all the text up, so it kind of surrounds it. And when all that's done and it's what I want it to look like, I can go ahead and push Publish Post. Now, like I said, I already published this, so I'm not going to do that for right now, but you would go ahead and do that. I'll also show you how to add a video. So I'm going to find a spot here where I want to add a video. Click on this button, Insert a Video. And then if you're using the Blogger account that's on the same Gmail as your YouTube account, you can go ahead and here to My YouTube Videos, and your video will be right there. And you just have to click on that and hit Select, and it'll post that into your blog here. And then, like I said, you'd go ahead and hit Publish Post, and that would post this online for you. Once you publish that, there'll be a button to view your blog, and you can come and preview it. So here's a quick preview of what my blog looks like. I've got my picture and a video, and you're going to go ahead and do this for all 3 of your secondary blogs and also your main keyword blog. Now for your main keyword blog, you're going to have 3 different posts. So each post is going to be posted the same way we just did the first one. You're just going to do one after another, so that when you're all done, you'll have 3 of them. And that's all we're going to do for right now. So by the time you're done, you're going to have 4 completed blogs that people can actually come and start visiting. And then the next part of this training, I'll talk about ways we can monetize this traffic coming to your blog. We're going to sign up for AdSense and put up some AdSense ads on our site, which are links that people can click on that Google pays you for. We can also sign up as affiliates at Amazon.com if we want to advertise for Amazon products, and ClickBank.com, which literally has thousands of different types of ebooks, and we can probably find one that matches our niche and post a link to that from our blogs. And those are a couple of different options in addition to the AdSense. So I hope you were able to follow along, and I hope you did the keyword research and set up the accounts and took the time to write some content. I know it takes a little bit of time, but this stuff will be online forever now. So for a couple hours worth of work, you've literally created something that could generate income for the rest of your life. And if you haven't done that yet, I highly recommend going back and doing that now before you go on to part 2 of my guide to creating free SEO websites. So take some action, and thanks for following along, and I'll see you in the next video.